Well, good morning, everybody. Happy hump day and happy first day of spring. Yes, it is the day of the vernal equinox. First day of spring. Spring is here, and it's 24 degrees outside. But it's actually supposed to be like up to 53 this afternoon, so yay! We're sort of somewhat almost there when it comes to finally getting warm. I'll take it. So, yes, I am so happy. And I'll be certainly getting my free Ritas this afternoon because it is tradition at Ritas that they give out free ice on the first day of spring, which is awesome. It is something I look forward to every year, and I cannot wait until this afternoon already happens. Can it be the afternoon yet, please? Oh, of course it can't be the afternoon yet. It's not even 6:30 this morning. It's actually like 6. I'm looking at the clock up in front of me right now. It's like 6:25. So, yeah, it's going to be, I mean, even if I were to go to Rita's now, it's not even remotely close to being open yet. But, yes. Can you tell I'm a huge Rita's fan? Anyway. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if some inquiring minds are all like, so Nick, you are going to get yourself free Ritas today, but what flavor are you going to get? Well, funny enough, even if, like, they had multiple, I mean, pretty much usually one of the only options they usually do have are like mango and Swedish fish, and, you know, Swedish fish is usually my go-to. So, yeah, I'll probably get that, but actually, believe it or not, there's actually one year where they ran out of Swedish fish. A travesty, right? But it was okay. I mean, in the end, I actually ended up getting a combination of lemon and green apple, which are both very good flavors that I do highly recommend. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's the beauteous thing about Rita's, is that, yeah, Swedish fish is always my go-to. But there's actually a multitude of Italian ice flavors that I recommend. I mean, you know, blue raspberry, key lime, lemon, green apple, raspberry. They have blood orange. That's easy. Like, if it wasn't a flavor that didn't appear that appeared more often, I would probably consider getting that more than Swedish fish. But for what it is, you know, seriously, whenever I stock up for the winter, like, you know, I take, you know, a couple flavors of, you know, a couple quarts of each flavor. But no kidding, blood orange is usually the one I always save for last. It really is that good. So, yeah, blood orange, that's one. Of course, to get mango and cherry. Those are always good. The other flavors I just mentioned, they have a cotton candy flavor, which is actually a lot more refreshing than it sounds. Like, really, it really is that good. Juicy pear. There's a flavor to suit everyone's taste. Am I right? Am I right, everybody? No, this is not a sponsored video. Believe me, I wish it was, but no, it's just little old me. Little old, I guess I'd like to say above average me. So, yes, we're finally out of winter. Winter is over. You know, we'll start to more consistently have, you know, increasingly warmer days, hopefully. And hopefully by the time we finally get to Easter, it'll be, you know, so warm that you don't have to, you know, worry about it so much anymore. I mean, it'll still probably be, my guess is it's going to be cool on Easter morning. Like, warmer than today, warmer than this morning. But it'll probably get to around 50 on that. Well, again, this is like on April 21st, so we have a long way to go. Yep. Easter is one of my all-time favorite holidays, as you guys know, so I should... Oh, actually, I haven't really said it that often, but it is something I do look forward to. Partly because, yeah, I am Christian, I am Catholic, but at the same time, I always thought, like... And keep in mind, I went to a Catholic school, so for elementary school. So whenever Easter would happen, I'd always look forward to that because you knew that summer was oh so very close. Like, at least, like, there were times when, and I know this usually will happen in public schools, but usually they would have Easter and spring break coincide with each other, so you had like a really long break. I'll never forget, it was 5th grade when we had Easter and spring break pretty much, side by side, and I believe we had 8 weeks until summer, before summer started. And I remember literally counting down the weeks. Like, honestly, I don't know why I did either. Just because you're thinking about it doesn't mean it's gonna make it go any faster. But it did. Honestly, it was a really. I actually remember elementary school being pretty decent. I mean, I had a few really bad kids there, but there were definitely more good than bad. So I'll take that all day long. Although I think like one of the worst days I had at St. Mary Mother was 4th grade, and no kidding, like this was like it had snowed tremendously. Like by all accounts, every school should have been off, right? But not St. Mary Mother. So the entire day we're in school. We're constantly anxiously listening to the announcements because it was actually so bad we thought that the principal would just give up and say we can go home. It really got to be that bad out. But it never happened. We had to stay the entire day. But we did have a snow day the next day. That was pretty cool. So, I mean, like most children, I thought that, having a snow day was awesome. But at the same time, like, you do know, for every snow day you have, you potentially take longer to get to summer vacation. Personally, I'd just rather have all my days off in one long, giant setting, as opposed to have the snow days scattered throughout the year. Seriously, like there was one year where we used up like 2 out of our 5 snow days, so we actually got to start summer like on a Tuesday. That was pretty cool. Oh, this is a really good one. And if you guys were in Horseheads with me for high school, you would remember this one. It was junior year for me, and it was like pretty much the day that we were going to go home for like a long winter break, like for Christmas or whatever. And it was early in the morning, and for whatever reason, I think, if I remember correctly, there was like a bacterial growth in like the water in the area. Like, I think it might have been E. coli, but I could be wrong. Basically, we got to start winter break like a lot sooner than what we wanted to. Like, everyone in the high school was going nuts. Like, I was in my Math B class, and that was just going, just crazy. So, yeah, that was a fun one. Although I think the biggest sort of cheap thing I've seen anyone do is back at Trinity Powling, where it really did snow bad once. And keep in mind that, for the most part, unless you're a day student, you live on campus, so you're gonna have school no matter what. But day students actually tried cheating the system, saying, well, public schools don't have school days, so why should we go? So, yeah. I don't think I would ever do that. I would stick it out and go to school. I mean, I think I'm not alone in saying that school is just one of those things where, yeah, you do like it. You respect what you're trying to do when you're there. And you can have a lot of really good memories. I know I do. But as an adult, I will be the first to admit that I don't miss it at all. Not even a little. I mean, maybe one of these days I'll probably head back to see what the inside of my high school looks like, what Horseheads looks like. That'd be really cool. And I know I'm having my 10-year reunion at Trinity Poly in October. It should be 10 years, I think. I haven't really heard any, that's weird. I actually haven't heard any sort of news about that. I mean, again, the reunion usually happens in October, and it's only March now, so, yeah, it's only the first day of spring now, so, it's gonna be a while. But, I'm cool with it. I would like to see what, if they did change anything at Horseheads at all. That'd be really cool. So, yeah. I thought it was funny. I was supposed to talk about Awesome Springs. Why am I talking about snow and winter, which is the exact opposite of what we'd want to have today? So, yes, once again, this is the first day of spring. Even though, I mean, did anyone really ever pay attention to when if the groundhog actually saw the shadow? Because, I mean, the myth is if the groundhog sees a shadow, we have, quote unquote, 6 more weeks of winter. And if you don't see the shadow, then, spring comes 6 weeks sooner. I mean, it's 6 weeks because from February 2nd to essentially today, it's 6 weeks. That's why that's why that myth was created. And honestly, how does are groundhogs even colorblind? I don't know. I would think that, well, actually, even if they were colorblind, I'm sure they could see black and white, so seeing the shadow wouldn't be completely out of the question. Yeah. And it's weird, even though I think the groundhog did see his shadow, this winter really wasn't as bad as a lot of people were thinking it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some pretty bad days, like single-digit days. But outside of, those, it's not like it happened, for weeks on end. Like, a year ago, that really was the case. It really got to be, single-digit, 0, even a few negative-degree days. Throughout the span of, a week and a half to 2 weeks, which, no, it isn't necessarily long. But, if it's something that's going on and you're not really enjoying it, it can make a period of time seem even longer. I think that's what Lewis Black said when he said that, February is the shortest month of the year, and yet it still seems longer. Yeah, I love me some Lewis Black. I should listen to some of that stuff after I'm done with this. Well, I do have nothing more to say, so yeah, I think let's do that right now. So, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I'm very humble. I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm very hopeful that we all have a wonderful, wonderful hump day and a wonderful first day of spring. And remember, for you guys that want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.